All right, folks, here is some homework that I did. So here's my first generator I've ever owned. It's for house backup, select items. It's a Harbor Freight Predator 5000 dual fuel inverter, super quiet. And so I did a ton of homework. Number one, I wanted to generate enough power to power some of those select things, which is not too hard to find, but I wanted something as big as I could get that I could lift up myself. So it's about 105 pounds, I think. And I can lift this up, even with, a fragile back, I can lift this up, get it on top of this wagon easy. So, but that thing's not coming down from there for a while. I hope not. So I built this kit. So I compared this to in fact, I actually bought a Generac 3800 in comparison. What I was concerned about, I don't have a place to run this outside under cover. So it's going to be in the elements, which is usually raining and snowing when the power's out usually. So this, to me, looked like it's the most water resistant, waterproof, plugs, rubber plugs in the outside, covers, I should say. That was key. And then what's the rain going to do once it hits up here, the snow up there? So the Generac has a panel right there, a digital readout panel. I wasn't too sure how that was going to fare in the weather. The Generac also had the rubber covers over its outlets, so that was cool. But the biggest thing was just how does this look on top? What's the rain going to do? Plus, this one, compared to the Generac, has more power and a nice little feature, which I wasn't shopping for, which is remote start, inside and outside. That was pretty crazy. I tried it last week, and it works like a champ. It was pretty crazy. So, yeah, there you go. So I'm walking around here, and really the one thing that I did for this is I put a wing nut on the grounding lug right there. So that's grounding lug right there. So that wing nut that didn't come with it. I bought it at a hardware store. It's an 8mm 1.0 pitch. All right. This lug was loose. All right. So I undid these screws, these black screws right there. That panel lifted out just enough for me to get behind there easily. Tightened up, put some new lock nuts on it, lock washers, and so it's nice and sturdy there. But if I ever had an issue, I can just undo those and pull that back in. So that was pretty slick. So again, I want toolless, it's bad weather. I don't want to worry about what tool I got and so forth, what wrench. So this I got from Home Depot, 25 feet of number 6, stranded. I figured stranded would be a little bit easier to work with and solid. So this is the offset lug that would go right there, okay, toolless. And then the other end is bare, and then on the grounding rod, I have a bronze clamp. In the bronze clamp, I found from the hardware store, thumbed, I think it was like 1/4x20, something like that, thumb nut. So that's truly toolless at the house end, grounding rod end, and toolless right there. So that was slick. Also at the Home Depot, I ordered online, was a really thick 25-foot cable. It's got that RV 2T30 outlet on it right there. And then the other end of it are 3 household outlets, regular grounded ones. I also from Home Depot, I ordered this 1-foot long version of it with a single at the end. Plus this is lit. That's lit right there, so that's cool. You got power going out there. This cable right there are a pair of clamps to plug into 12 volts, which is right there. So you can charge up a 12-volt battery. That was pretty slick. This I also bought. It's a grounding tester, for your household stuff. So just want to make sure everything was cool. So when I plugged that in, it only had, even though it was grounded, right? I had it all grounded down to the grounding rod and so forth. It only had one middle amber lit, which says it is an open ground, all right? So I'm like, oh man, I got a bad generator. Well, you Google it. Turns out these inverters don't have a coupled ground and neutral. So save you a little time there. That's normal, all right? That's normal. So FYI there. Okay, that's the generator part. So one of the things I'm going to do today is this has been sitting out in an unheated garage all week, 21 degrees. It's 21 degrees right now, 22. And I just want to see if this thing is going to pull start, right? The inevitable thing, even though it's got an electric start, but who knows when I'll use it again. And maybe I'm not so good about doing the test runs every few weeks or months or whatever. Got a dead battery. I want to make sure this thing pull starts. So that's what we're going to do here in a minute. It's just, all right. When I did a test run, I always run gas. I've never run a gas engine off of propane before. So I ran gas. It ran the gas out, switched to propane. And I'm like, that was pretty cool. You know, I know propane, it's easy. It doesn't spill and, you know, doesn't stay in your gas tank and your carburetor and so forth. And then to just turn it on and off, just boom, right? So I'm going to give that a whirl here in a second. So I made this kit as a propane kit. So I'll probably get a taller 30 pounder for that. So that was a switch. I thought I was going to be doing gas, but I'm going to be doing propane. So clean and simple. And it'll run out easy. Keep it stored. The other part is this wagon, this Harbor Freight wagon. I wanted it so that I could get it up on this wagon, roll this kit around wherever I go, in the garage, in the lawn, around the shed, and so forth. So that was the main reason getting the wagon as a kit, get it up at a working height. So I got rid of the pneumatic tires that it came with, even though one was flat, didn't hold air, and that was a pain. So I found these are like $22. These are run flat, you know, no flat, solid tires. So I spent about $100 for all those. Yeah, it's a little expensive, but it's peace of mind, right? I don't have to be worrying about, you know, when the weather's bad, about having a flat tire rolling this thing around. It's just peace of mind. I'll be glad I did. The other thing I did when I put this thing together, so I put the front panel right here on the back so that I have the port for the exhaust, all right? And when you put that thing on the front, it binds your, when it's dropped down for whatever reason, it binds this up. So there's no reason to not just put this on the front. So that's simple. As you guys know, these things drop down, so I can drop this down, access this panel for the carb side, also, and get it on and off, of course, too. It's nice. Drop this side, these latches right there. Here's the battery, the oil's on that side. Drop down. If you ever need to get it out, just drop one of those things, the side panels, and lift it down. All right, let's see if this thing is going to start. So following these directions here, right in the top, simple, just says power it on. Okay, don't touch that button. That's the start button for the battery. All right, no need to touch that. Just power that on. I'm going to turn the fuel on. Okay, easy, easy. It's already plugged in there. This comes with it, by the way, which is slick. And here we go. It's 21 degrees out. It's been sitting for a week. It almost did. There you go. How about them apples? Slick, huh? Slick, slick, slick. Then to turn it, shut it down, I'm just going to run it out of gas. How slick is that? So now there's no gas through this whole thing, no fuel through this whole thing. Tank's dry, obviously the carburetor's dry, and as you guys know, propane's super clean. So I'll just turn the power switch off, put a cover on it, and store it. So there you go. Hope that was helpful, folks.